Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ladies, gentlemen, gamers, and fellow League of Legends lovers and haters. It's that time again. It's been 2 weeks. And despite, I think, two major times now I've said this is the third time now, where I really don't know if I want to keep doing patch notes, but hopefully I still do kind of want to do it because I'm going to do it anyway. I know I'm going to look at the patch every 2 weeks, and I'm going to look at it on stream at Twitch TV Technics channel. So I might as well record it as well. So I'm going to look at the patch notes, but hopefully not do it as I usually have done, which is take an hour. Hopefully we're going to go quick. We're going to see if there's actually anything meaningful in my eyes. Even though I barely play Rift anymore, I'm semi-retired. I will come back, maybe, one day, and I will decide if I want to keep doing the patch notes in the future. The answer, as we all probably know, is yes, because I can't get rid of my strict routine, but hopefully one day it might change, and hopefully it has already changed by me doing this quickly. Now, I have a little bit of a special treat for y'all. Before we go over the patch notes, I had the bright, genius idea to combine the patch notes with something else I was going to do anyway. Boom! I thought to put these all in one, and we could see the Xin Zhao Seneschal of Demacia champion update trailer, as well as go over the patch. And just talk about general league stuff and everything. So, before I say anything else, let's look at the trailer, let's go through this quick, and let's hope we're not going to take an hour. Let's see. So Xin is one of the older champions too. Oh, Viscero Xin Zhao, his skin.
Unbroken.
Didn't they take him to Noxus first? And I think he got liberated to Demacia, I think.
Of a warrior.
And they're showing Arena.
With allegiance.
Okay. Ooh. So they changed nothing about his kit but his visuals. His visuals look nice though.
When they speak of
Oh,
the
god, that king looks like he touches kids.
The prince's beloved mentor.
Oh, is that Garen? Or is that oh no, that's Jarvan. I'm stupid. I like how he has a little gray wisp in his hair too. He's old.
When they speak of the foundations of our kingdom.
Whoa!
Of what makes a true Demacia.
I think that's him going to Ionia, which is the event we have now, I think. So how the fuck did he get to Demacia? Whoa, look at him! So, I think in the dev update they also said Xin was like one of the most popular champions for jungle too. He has some nice skins, I won't lie either. Ooh. Ooh, look at that shit. Ooh, oh my god, he killed the dragon. So anyway, there's that. That was pretty cool. I mean, not too cool. I'm not too much of an enjoyer of Xin Zhao, I'll be straight honest. But I think it's nice to have things like that for older champions. I think it's great bring them into the modern tier. Now, the last couple that Riot have done, aka Victor and also, oh god, what was the more recent one? LeBlanc, I believe. Victor and LeBlanc, a lot of people, specifically the mains more than anything, were really not rocking with that shit too much. To the point where I think even for the Victor ones, they're reverting it, I think. Or by reverting, I mean making his basic old Victor or something. I know they're doing something, but the LeBlanc one also, I think, was good, but also had some criticism as well. Xin Zhao's one, I think they kept it more in line with how he used to be. Like, it's very, very close. I think it's just a modern upbringing. I don't know how this one could be too disliked in a way. But I don't fully know. But either way, Xin Zhao's cool. He looks modern age, and a lot of other champions need it. Pretty much, in my eyes, number one is Cho'Gath, because we really need a Void update. Anyway, though, let's get into the patch notes. Let's see what's up in League of Legends. So, what are they doing? And the important part here is a lot of stuff, and not really a lot of stuff, specific stuff was mentioned in the dev update, like WASD controls, which is huge. And a lot of other stuff, which I doubt is going to be in this patch. It's more going to be in the future. So I kind of take this patch as kind of like a nonsense patch, but we'll see, and then we'll rate it at the end. So let's see. Excuse me. So they're touching the metagame, the jungle, oh no, the weakest mage supports. I don't like that at all. Nerfing some of the top end and enabling a few alternate builds. Rek'Sai and Alawi's recent changes. Again, I haven't really played Rift, but I feel like Rek'Sai is just never played. Alawi, sure. Rek'Sai, hell no. Unless she's OP. Also fixing long-standing bugs with Singed and Rumble. Oh, really? And they made them weaker specifically on red side. So this is the last patch of Season 2, so make sure you grind your asses off to get Victorious Fiora. Thankfully, I already have it because I'm gold, so I'm good. Actually, I think I'm plat still, so there's that. And there's an ARAM clash coming this weekend. I love ARAM clashes. I wish they did them a lot more. I love that shit so much. And there's Brick, Toy Corky, and Bullwing. Wait, what? Bullwing League Lilia? What? Is it supposed to be bowling? I think they misspelled that. No way. So I didn't know those skins were coming out. Let's take a look though. So Battle Pass changes. So they said this in the dev update. They're basically shortening it, which is great. Now, me saying this, I'm going to try and keep what I'm about to say condensed, but I've been saying this in most of my League videos, and I think it is important to say. I think Riot Games has ruined the Battle Pass extremely. I think it's disgraceful what they've done, especially because they've been a long bastion, and I've said this about them too. League, as well as, some other companies too, like Epic Games, and sadly, I will say MiHoYo as well, the creators of the wretched gachas. But I would say Riot Games was one of the people that I think really does care about the game, and I still think they do, but they've become so much more corporate, where once you start undercutting some things, once you start, I would say, violating your values that you've held for a long time, it really shows and it leaves a bad taste in people's mouths, especially me. One of the departments that Riot never, ever undercut, never, ever took money out of. If there was cuts to anything, they would do it to everything but this department. It was the skins department. Skins are the lifeblood of this game. They tried to gaslight the fans into saying free-to-play fans are the problem to why League is starting to maybe dip in sales or be jeopardized for the future. They are lying. They have become so much more predatory because they've said they've wanted to add this, and I don't, this is a slippery slope, but I'm okay with stuff being added of this type, and the type being content for whales, right? You want to add your gacha skins, you want to add your fucking like $400 skin tags, sure, go ahead, right? Not for me, I hope, I pray, unless I'm rich. But this is where, when you take away the quality of current skins coming out and skins in the future, Legendary is not what it used to be anymore. We get so much wild quality with Legendaries now. The Xayah skin, Battle Academia Xayah, absolute fucking trash. The new Karma Legendary, absolute fucking trash. Some Legendaries are great. Some Legendaries are garbage. And that's because now I heard, and I don't know if this is confirmed and I'm too lazy to confirm it, Riot outsources their shit. Now, what does this have to do with the Battle Pass? Well, the Battle Pass used to be different for those of you who remember. You used to grind for tokens, and then you used to select what you wanted. And that system also had its criticisms, because if you were a super casual, you basically only had enough to afford the prestige skin or everything fucking else, because the prestige skin costed 2,000, which by the event end you would have about 2,000 if you were casual, or everything else would cost like a couple hundred and you could buy a lot of those. Now, I think even though it did have its problems, it's infinitely better than what we have now. In this pass now, and I'll even show this off here, you have no freedom of choice. And they've actively filled this pass with shit. There's still orbs, thank goodness. But there's this fucking icon, I don't care, blue essence is useless. I don't fucking care for this shit. Oh, look, a gacha roll. And this is more here as a bait, I'll be honest. They only give you 3 of these per pass. This is straight up a fucking bait. This is to get you starting to feel like it's basically getting you on the drug. They want you to roll a little bit, not get anything, then get tempted to buy more rolls, and then keep rolling. And then we have all this other crap. I don't use Evelyn. They give you an Evelyn skin. It's basically just like they took away your agency. And they do give you some orbs still, but realistically before, I would buy a shit ton more orbs, which is why I'm the person that Riot fears, which is the person that bought every pass and has all these. But they made the pass worse because, again, they took away the choice, and now you're forced to get slop you don't want. But you do get the prestige skin at the end no matter what, and some orbs anyway. So it's kind of like a middle ground, but it's way worse. It's just terrible. But yeah, they changed that and they made it so much worse to where I really hate the battle passes, man. Like, they're so much worse compared to what they used to be, but it is what it is. They're making it slightly better. They're going from 50 to 48 though, but they really need to adjust it. I hope these battle passes don't do well, and I don't know the data, but I would hope that these new battle passes are not selling as much as the old ones, but I really don't know. Either way, Summoner's Rift rank season is ending, whoopee, and now we're going to the balance changes. So Brand Jungle, I guess they want to be meta again. They're buffing his damage. They're buffing his stun duration, which is actually pretty decent. And then they're buffing the cooldown on his ult. That's pretty good. Gnar! The cooldown of his Q is going down early. Okay, cool. I hate Gnar. I think Gnar is so boring to watch, and he's really just for pro play. I'll be straight honest. I never see a Gnar in solo queue. This is where Gnar is probably one of the safest, most boring, most fuckhead lanes ever. I hate Gnar, and I hate that they're buffing him. Fuck him. Ololo AI. So basically, they're saying she's weaker. What are they doing? The AD ratio is going up, and the spawn cooldown is also going up early. Nice. So basically, they wanted to add counterplay, from what I remember too. And also, they are fucking up a lot of the spelling here too. If you look at the last sentence here, increasing her damage further since she gets fewer slams overall after lat patches vessel changes. Damn, they really didn't put this through the ringer, huh? But yeah, Alawi slightly better. I don't know how she landed, but she's okay. Jarvan, ironically enough, is getting nerfed. Cool. Jesus Christ, they have a whole thing here. So Kalista, they're saying, is falling off pro play radar, which means she's going to get buffed. Her base damage is going up, and her rend AP ratio is going way up. I don't think people build AP on Kalista, at least I hope they don't. They could build, I believe, Jinso's, which I think might have some AP. I don't remember if it still does, because you really just buy it for the passive, for the stacking. But this is where I guess this helps if you get Baron and if Jinso still has some AP on it. But this is weird. What the fuck does this mean? Oh yeah, look, Rageblade does have 30 AP. Okay. Yeah, and they even describe it here. Actually, let me read this. I don't like to read these too often. Let me see. Her extreme lane dominance was caused her was the first place. Still, we're buffing her laning phase. Damn. Because typically Kalista doesn't have a great late game. So, because she's so single target unless you get Renons, and even then, it's you have to wait to do a majority of her damage. Oh, excuse me. AP may seem like an odd buff. It represents additional 9 to 13 damage per Ren stack. I mean, hey, per Ren stack is pretty good. And then recently, Blade of the Rune King got buffed too. Okay, so I guess, instead of death by 1,000 cuts, it's, I guess, mending by 1,000 bandages, or band-aids, I guess, technically. She's probably a little bit better. Cool. So, Riot has said before that they hate, Enchanter supports a lot. And when they also said in the beginning they're buffing mage supports, I'm assuming Lulu's going to get nerfed. So, Lulu is getting nerfed with the Q, or sorry, with the E early. The base damage is going down, and the shield is also going down. Wow. So again, death by 1,000 cuts, except she's been cut 3,000 times now. Master Yi! Master Yi is pretty bad, I feel like. Obviously, people like Kausa still play him, but Yi, I just feel like, is so old and outdated. He's so simple, but I don't know, man. It's either the items, the runes, or something. I don't think necessarily Yi is the problem, but Yi used to be feared. Master Yi used to be a big problem, and now I don't think he ever is that for a while. So I'm curious what they're going to do here. We excluded Alpha Strike from stacking it, but it's no longer a mythic item. Those burst damage. Okay. So they're basically letting Q stack certain items, which is nice. It's definitely a nice thing, but nothing groundbreaking. But actually pretty good. I wouldn't even say this is negligible. This is pretty nice. Der Kaiser! What? He has a bonus AD ratio? So they want him to start messing around and building AD. What the fuck? Are they fucking crazy? Dude, there's no way this could be good. I feel like this is a bait to make people just suck dick. I guess, again, this helps if you get Baron, but, still, what the fuck? Morgana! Morgana, I feel like, is so bad. Aside from the Black Shield, the W is basically useless. The Q is good, and then the ult is kind of hard to use unless you're really good at the game. So it's a lot of Morganas I feel like suck dick because the character's just not that easy. At a base level, she has a very low, floor. Okay, just land Q, put the E on someone. You don't even have to worry about the W. The W is just extra, I guess. And the ult isn't even in consideration. But for actual high elo for good players, I feel like Morgana's kind of hard and is more of a counter pick as usual. But what are they doing? So the W is getting buffed. The max damage is going... Wait a minute. How is the max damage going down early? What? Huh? Wait. 280 to 3. Wait, what? They even say here she's in a sad state right now. What the hell? The rescue ship has. So they're saying this might not even be enough, which is crazy because Morgana right now has the stupid gotcha skin that I believe is in the loot, right? Yeah, right here, the Sanctum. Is it still in? Okay, yeah, here it is. So yeah, this whole thing, I'm surprised. I mean, I'm not surprised she's getting buffed, but I'm surprised it took them this long. But man, I don't know. I feel like Morgana just isn't what she used to be. But that's because there's a lot more options now. Broken ass options like Yumi too. And it's sad because this is a really good Morgana skin, but this used to be the quality of legendaries that we used to get. Now we don't get this quality anymore unless we're really lucky with the legendaries. Legendaries are basically the new exalted skins. It's so ass. I wouldn't even count them as like ultimate skins either, but okay, so I guess Morgana's better, but the maximum damage seems to have gone down somehow. Like even base and scaling, that doesn't make any sense, but the minimum went up. So okay. Interesting. So Nautilus is getting buffed for his jungle, whoop-de-doo. I still don't think I mean there's way worse junglers, I guess, but Nautilus is a weird one. Nocturne! So they're saying he's a great jungler. They're nerfing his armor. They're nerfing the bonus AD on his Q by 5. This is nothing. Kiana! The base damage is going down. The bonus attack speed is going up. Interesting. Oh no, sorry. The base damage is going up. Never mind. I said that wrong. Okay, this is whatever. Rek'Sai! Rek'Sai, again, I feel like is a character almost no one plays unless she's like terribly OP, aka her bite is one-shotting people. Aside from that, I feel like I don't know why people like this champion, right? I guess it has a sort of fantasy like, oh yeah, I'm gonna dig underground, I'm gonna like sense you, I'm gonna sense you without wards. I feel like that shit is so fucking ass and gimmicky. And then the biggest problem with Rek'Sai is she's single target. Like, she's almost basically an assassin, and it kind of sucks. Like, there's better assassins out there, and she originally was never an assassin. They kind of just like puppeted her to be that. They Frankensteined her. But I think I don't know. I feel like Rek'Sai needs like a better kit. And ironically enough, she's kind of similar to Neferi, but doesn't have Neferi's gameplay at all. And Neferi, they kind of a little bit ago reworked with just switching her abilities. But her whole thematic is she has like pack mates. Rek'Sai is supposed to be like a broodmother queen. She's supposed to have like a lot of children. She's the queen of the Zursite in the Shuriman Desert. You don't see that at all in her gameplay. Like her gameplay is just like, okay, she's a sand shark. Okay, cool, right? But even though the theme is cool, it doesn't translate well to gameplay, I don't think. I just think she's an overall badly designed character, unless she's one-shotting people, which at that point, anyone's going to be good if they're one-shotting people. So, either way. So they're buffing her because she sucks. Her base AD is going up by a decent amount, too. 4 is like crazy. Bug fixes, no one cares. She still sucks. I'll tell you right now, she still sucks. Rel! They're nerfing Rel because, again, they don't like tanks. They don't like tanks and they don't like enchanters. I'm convinced of this. And then the shield on W is now scaling a little less harder on max health. Okay, whatever. Roomball! So they're saying they're fixing a bug, and they have a lot of words here. What the fuck is all this? So, and these are long-standing issues, and you know who has long-standing issues that I think they attempted to fix, especially the last crack they did at it? Warwick. Warwick had a shit ton of just bugs, and I think they fixed some of them. I don't know if they got all of them, but for the longest time, Warwick had a lot of bugs ever since his rework, and it was terrible feeling sometimes. Let's see what they're doing with Rumble. I don't play Rumble often, but he is a fun champion, and I think he's very strong in the right hands. So what are they doing? They call okay. So these bugs cause them to do less damage to champions when played on red side. What? That's so weird. We're refactoring his flame to work more like a true damage over time effect. It will light his target on fire. What the fuck? Which is a buff to the tail end of the spell. We're retiming the equalizer to keep each other. Okay. So basically, they're saying this is substantial buffs, which it's kind of sad that that's the case for any champion where there's so many numerous bugs on them where it's basically a nerf on them. Or it could be the opposite with Jin, where Jin had a lot of bugs with him, quote unquote, according to Riot. And those actually were buffs to him. The way Jin interacted, just mathematically and item-wise, with certain like items and runes, it made him extremely OP to the point where Riot nerfed those things and called it bug fixes. It was not bug fixes, it was nerfs. So, in the opposite sense, a lot of champions are suffering from bugs which are basically nerfs to them. Because they're saying this is substantial buffs, which is interesting. So what are they doing? The damage over 3 seconds is... Jesus Christ. So they're buffing... No, they're nerfing the max HP. The duration is up, though, which makes sense. It no longer occasionally fails to apply the full debuff duration. Red team no longer deals delayed... See, why was that the case? That's so weird. It no longer checks for target ability, and no longer checks for 700 units proximity. What the fuck? This sounds like just some classic League spaghetti code. Holy shit. So the tick rate is even more, and they did this before to Singed Poison, which is pretty good. Now lasts the full duration across the entire damaging zone, which is funny that it didn't. Rapidly deals damage. And again, red team no longer deals delayed damage or less damage to champions. What the fuck? And you know who finds these things? The Rumble mains. The mains of the champion are so familiar with this. It just takes a while to like actually retry it. The mains for these champions are like psychopaths. I'm not just talking Rumble, I'm talking for any champion. They get into their guts and they know everything. But either way, just so we can move forward, this is a really, really good change. Rumble is probably going to be a lot stronger, and I already think he's strong even with these bugs too. Oh boy, Dick Clown Shaco. Shaco is such a weird champion because he's almost similar to Kaisa in the sense that, like, okay, you nerf one build, he goes the exact other. You nerf AD Kaisa, she goes AP. You nerf AP, she goes hybrid. Shaco doesn't really go hybrid, thank God. But Shaco's weird, and I feel like, well, number one, he has no lore. But number two, it's just like, this champion's just a dickhead. But I don't think he's too strong, but they're nerfing his passive, which I think is already hard to proc anyway. And then the Q is getting nerfed too, which is crazy because I really don't think he's strong, but apparently he is. Singed! Again, same thing as Rumble. They're upping the refresh rate, which wasn't even 0.5, by the way. It's 0.5 now. It used to be every 1 second. It used to be a lot longer, I believe. But yeah, so they're giving him Rumble treatment. Great. Scion! I always question if they're touching Scion for Debaus. So what are they doing? They're buffing his passive, it looks like, which is crazy. Because I heard Sion's actually having a bad time too, so I guess he kind of needs it. So the armor reduction on the E is going up, which is crazy, and then the bonus to AD is getting giga buffed. Holy fucking shit, Sion's gonna hurt. Already, I thought AD Sion was a little scary. This shit is extremely scary now, Jesus Christ. A full ranged ult is basically gonna one-shot you, if you're a carry, which it was gonna do anyway. Stylus! So... I'm assuming they're partly doing this because Stylus is getting a new skin soon. But also he's just a popular champion in general. So, his passive is getting buffed because they want him to be a jungler now. I think that's ass, but whatever. I don't know why they have this obsession with just making these random people junglers. I mean, it's great from like a variety perspective, but I feel like it's forced and they're kind of just doing it very like weirdly. Either way, Trundle! Trundle's really fun. And it's sad because it looks like he's getting nerfed. So, and they're just nerfing the W. The W is a deceptively decent ability too. It increases your healing, which synergizes with your passive, and hopefully you're building lifesteal too, and your ult heals you as well, I believe. And then the stats it gives you are pretty significant. Granted, it's only in a range, but it's a decently big range. So the cooldown is going slightly up, the attack speed is going slightly down. I still think it's pretty good. But yeah, they literally say he's beating the shit out of people. My god. Varus! What are they doing to Varus? I think Varus is actually decently good too. They're nerfing his Q. Wait, so they're saying they're making him stronger in the hands of the average player. Really? The on-hit is going up, which I guess is better for the average player, yeah. And then the hail of arrows is getting... Jesus Christ, that's actually a decent nerf too. Holy shit. The E is taking a decent chunk. Wow. And then bug fix. Huh. That's a pretty big bug too. I'm surprised they're not really saying that. Yeah, Varus is slightly worse, still good though. Viego! Viego is getting nerfed. Ooh, because he's the top jungler. Everything here is... Oh, actually, wait. The Q has decent nerf to the crit multiplier. I mean, the Q is just a stab, but still. Even the damage to monsters is going down. The healing's going up. So they're trying to compensate in a couple other ways, but it's mainly through healing. Yeah, Viego's a little worse now. Damn. Oh my god, it's Wiener. Oh shit. So they're saying he's really strong, especially in top lane. What the fuck? Warwick is a very cheese champion, especially top lane. So what are they doing? Base health is going up, and then the passive damage is going... Oh my god, it's getting halved early. Holy shit. Which I think is fair. You're not really supposed to do damage with this early. This is more for jungle clear, but Warwick doesn't really have a problem jungle clearing because he's never going to die to the jungle anyway. So that's cool. Xin Zhao is probably going to get buffed because he's getting a new look. Oh, never mind, I'm wrong. So this is where they're sticking to what they're saying. He's one of the best junglers in the game. Definitely one of the most popular. Wow, so they're nerfing him while giving him his visual. That is crazy. Wow. And then the flat bonus damage per hit. So even though this is only 5, times it by 3 because it hits, 3 times. So it's like 15. This is whatever. He's still good. Yuumi! I don't understand how this champion is still becoming such an issue in this day and age. They've basically mostly changed her, and they've changed the champion a lot, where if you look at their release trailer, aka the one that Freak makes that describes them, and you look at the champion now, it's decently different. Like, Yuumi's ult does not do the same shit at all, and I was shocked when I saw it too. I was like, wait, why are they not getting rooted? But I believe it just heals now, too. It's weird. But, yeah, apparently she's still good, so they're nerfing the damage on the Q, which it looks like it's pretty high, honestly. And then the heal and shield power on the W is getting giga fucking nerfed. Holy fucking shit. Wow. That W's getting gutted. Zyra! Slight buff. Not bad. So the cooldown on the E is less, and then the base damage on R is decently more. I think Zyra's not that great, but she's not the worst in the world. I kind of put her in the same realm as Morg, maybe a little bit more useful because she has so much AoE and poke that's easier to hit than Morgana. Morgana is more like good in the right hands. Zyra's just good overall, but not like amazing great. She's like a little bit worse than Brand, even though Brand got nerfed to hell a couple times now, so I think Zyra's actually decent. I'm surprised she's getting buffed here. Okay, finally in the items. So this is a... Yeah, experimental exploit. I feel like I never see this shit. Holy fuck. So they're giving it just more straight flat stats, but again, I don't really know who this is even for, except for, like, I guess Nocturne. I feel like I never see this item. Baron! They're buffing it. Okay, cool. So they're giving it more health, but it won't regen during combat. That's fine. Okay, and finally, Arena. So I always say this with Arena every single time. I think that Riot really made a mistake bringing it back the same exact way, almost nothing different since when they took it away. They keep saying they're going to do like a big update midway through the year because it's back for a whole year. I feel like it's just, again, a missed opportunity. I feel like it's lazy too, but hey, people wanted it, and it seems like people are fine with it just being the same, so they're just happy to have it back, which I think is good, but I do think Arena should be updated a little bit more. Either way, though, let's see what they're doing. They're giving Fire so much needed love through items, rework of Infamous Mystic Punch. Ooh. So the shopping phase, there's not enough time. Oh my god. Oh, so they're just saying, like, the shopping dummy isn't just there fast enough. Okay. You can now undo your item purchase at any time. Oh, nice. Target other chairs there, shoppers also update your tab scoreboard to scout their team. Huh. Interesting. Oh, okay, so that's a nice thing for, I guess, stats. That's cool. You just leave right away. Nice. Okay, so this is for Arena. I don't really want to go over these. I don't really care. I don't play too much Arena anyway, but it's glad to see that they're keeping up on it. And then Mystic Punch is a augment. I don't really care. And I don't really care about this. Cool. And bug fixes. Oh, and a RAM Clash this weekend. Very cool. So yeah, this is a pretty nonsense patch. And here's the upcoming skins. You would almost think this is April Fool skins. And this does confirm to me that number one, They messed up the spelling on the Lilia skin too, but number 2, oh my god, I'm so happy these champions got these skins. Again, they almost seem like April Fool skins, and I love skins like these, man. I love skins that are either goofy or don't really like are not like shoved into a skin line we see too often ad nauseum. We used to see, and I still love the skin lines, but we used to see skins just get shoved into Project, shoved into Star Guardian. We used to see these skin lines over and over and over again. I'm glad to see these type of skins too that are just there. And I really like Lilia, and she looks really cute here. But we have Bowling League Lilia, which is hilarious, and it makes sense again with her E. And then Brick Toy Corky, which is kind of random but pretty funny. He's holding eggs with like a chicken. He's like a Lego, I guess. I don't know if that back thing is supposed to be Cho'Gath or what, but pretty funny. And then we have Victorious Fiora. Whoopee. And there's the in-games. These look fucking hilarious. Oh my god. The Bowling League Lilia doesn't look too great, but it's more like thematically good, I guess. By the way, we also see Veigar in the background here. I like that a lot. I think in the bottom right, that's a Mumu. It's hard to see, though. But overall, this patch was whatever. Nothing really crazy, as I assumed. Just a lot of bullshit. The Scion buffs are kind of crazy. The Rumble buffs are really good, it seems like, too. But aside from that, they said they're buffing mage supports. What mage supports did they buff? Like, they nerfed Brand. Well, I mean, they kind of buffed Brand, but... Oh no, they buffed Brand Jungle, though. Like, what? Huh. Yeah, this is a whatever patch. Honestly, out of 10 Mark Barrels, 5 being neutral, now I would say this is like a 5.5. I like the buffs they did. Some of the other changes or whatever. Nothing I completely disagree with, I guess. Just, it's a whatever patch. You know, I'd even lower it to 5. I'm kind of neutral on it. The buffs are nice, but they're for champions I don't really play anyway. But they're cool. Nah, 5.5. I'll stick with 5.5. Anyway, that's it for the patch. I hope everyone enjoyed. If you want to see more of me, watch me at Twitch TV/Tecnics channel. And I guess tell me what you think of New XIN.